The views and opinions expressed on this program do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of 580 WCHS, its employees, or WVRC Media. From the studios of WVRC Media, the country, the United States of America, the state, West Virginia, the city, Charleston. This is the Dave Allen Show on 580 Live. And your host.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
He's kind of a big deal.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
Dave Allen.
Hey folks, a good Tuesday morning to you, and welcome to the show. Senior producer Ryan Nicholson is in charge of things this morning. Guarantee Bank Hotline 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor, text 304-935-5008. We're in the Jarrett Construction Studios, right on time, right on budget. Visit jarrett-construction.com. License number WV030133. Phone calls to the show, a service of Guarantee Bank, 1320 Canal Boulevard, East Charleston. Texting services provided by West Virginia's finest men's store, Tony the Taylor on Virginia Street. Tony closed for vacation July 31st through August the 8th. So if you need to pick up alterations or online orders, please stop by before this Friday. Check out bestmastertailor.com or Tony's Facebook page for more information. Tuesday edition of the show. Rain started around 6:30 or 7 or so in the Kanawha Valley this morning. Man, there was some serious lightning out there when I was driving in this morning. Metro News meteorologist Bryan Hughes is going to join me later in the show. Says we got the rain and storms continuing off and on throughout the day, at least till around maybe 2 or 3 or so this afternoon. High winds, heavy rain, at times a possibility. Should top out with the temperature on your thermometer around 86 to 88, but feeling warmer than that with a heat index. Now, the rain is going to come to an end tonight. It's going to be quite foggy overnight tonight, and for your drive in tomorrow, lows in the mid-60s. Tomorrow, Thursday, looking great. Highs in the upper 70s to low 80s. Warming back up on Friday, but looking like no rain for the final live on the levee for this season. Should be in the mid-80s. Storms may pop up Saturday evening, but more likely on Sunday. You can download the Metro News television app for Brian and his team of meteorologists and follow along on social media as well. And as I said, Brian is going to join me later in the show. Several things in the news to get to. We'll get to all those later. But right now, I want to welcome to the show the Chief of Police for the city of Charleston, Scott Dempsey. Chief Dempsey, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Dave. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thank you for being here. You have a ceremony and a swearing in, Chief, coming up later this morning. I think it's 10 o'clock this morning. What I think is the biggest class of officers since, was it 2005?
That is correct. Yeah, in 2005, I think it was right around 15 at the time, I believe. And in 2024, we actually swore in 11, which we had doubted, hey, this is the largest class since then. Well, now we can easily say that in 2026, this will be the largest class since 2005, and we are very proud of that. And
this is going to, the swearing in is going to happen at 10 this morning down
10
the street?
10 o'clock this morning, City Council chambers.
I promised I'd get you out of here in time for that, because nothing would send a worse sign than the chief being late, for his own ceremony, right?
That may not bode very well with the mayor, yes, so I appreciate that, sir.
It's 10 a.m. this morning. That's when those new officers will be sworn in. How do you go about recruiting officers? What's the general protocol?
Our best recruiting tool is our officers talking to young men and women out here who express an interest or maybe they think would make a good candidate. So word of mouth is by far our best recruiting tool, because if you can hear it from the word or from the actual officer, hey, this is what we can offer you. This is what you can do at Charleston PD. If you want to be a police officer, it's absolutely the best experience you can get. And besides that, social media. We are very heavy on social media. Sergeant Bells does a great job spreading our message and letting people know when we're giving a test and what we can offer them. And so we really hit it pretty hard.
What makes a good police officer, in your opinion?
Integrity. By all means, we want someone who has integrity, we want someone who has compassion, and we want someone who is dedicated. If you can follow those three simple characteristics, you're going to make a good candidate.
And, policing in the largest city in West Virginia, the capital city, a little bit different than what it is in individual towns. You're not as likely to know the people, but sometimes you have repeat offenders that you do know. Okay, Bill, you need to go somewhere else. You have a lot of that. I completely understand that. But I guess this is, by most people's standards, a pretty attractive job, I would think.
It is. When I first signed up, there were nearly 700 applicants. Of course, that was back in the late 1990s, and it was almost like a Cadillac. You didn't have to sell Charleston PD, But now with, of course, times are changing. We're in a new, different time. Young men and women are seeking different careers, and vocational and trade. Those vocations are really up. Those careers. So we've got to be really strong in our recruiting. We're having a smaller applicant pool, and we have to. I don't want to say we compete against other departments, but they're looking for the same applicants. So it's difficult, but the city of Charleston is unique. We were fairly busy, so our officers get any kind of experience you could ever think of as a police officer. I always kind of tout that within 1 year, a Charleston police officer will do way more than probably any other officer in the state of West Virginia. So we tout that pretty good. And with that experience comes building your resume. So when you retire from Charleston PD, we have many retirees that become a sheriff, a chief of police somewhere else, working with the federal system, with the U.S. Attorney's Office, with federal prosecutors, with FBI, ATF, you name it. So we have a pretty good record of when you work here, you develop that experience and that knowledge to move on to different things when you retire from here. There
are so many different jobs available within a police department too. I mean, it's not all. I mean, it all is based around that basic officer on the street or officer in the car. But there's so many other jobs within the police department, and you're asked to do so much.
You're correct. So every officer starts out being a patrol officer, is what we call
every officer.
Every officer. So you start out answering 911 calls. You build your reputation with supervisors. You learn. You get that experience, and then after 2 years, you can advance to be a detective, a traffic officer, an undercover officer, school resource. As long as those openings are there, you can put in for it. And, if you work hard and you're dedicated to the job and have really good knowledge, then there's a good chance you're going to move on.
Roughly how many officers do you have in the department?
Right now, we're about 152.
Okay.
And
what do you need, in your opinion? 252? No, I mean, like,
absolutely.
What's an optimal number? Where do you like to be?
So right now we're moving along pretty good with the numbers we have. We're allotted for 173. So believe me, I would love to be at 173 right now. But with us being slightly short, it presents a few challenges, but it's nothing that we can't get through. The city is completely safe. We cover the city no matter what emergency situation it is or not emergency situation. So we're well equipped, but having more officers allows us to spread out more officers in different units, and that helps keep the efficiency going. It helps, us to monitor crime better and just the overall approach to law enforcement makes it a little bit easier. So that's why our recruiting push is so hard right now.
What are the requirements for a police officer? I mean, when somebody wants to come in, they want to be a police officer. I mean, are you at liberty to say, like, okay, this is a list. This is what you have to be able to do? I know you talked about integrity, but I'm talking about the actual physical aspect.
So physical aspect, of course, you have to be a graduate from a high school or a GED, and just have to have an ID, show up to a test. That's basically it. You have to pass a physical test right off the bat, and you have to pass a written test. And we have a few options available. If you fail that, we have a few options to kind of help guide you along to get you to pass. So it's not a one-all, be-all. You have a couple chances to come back and do a little better. Sometimes people just have a bad day and they can't do the required push-ups.
Yeah.
So we're a little bit lenient with that. And we actually help instead of just cast them aside. We actually want to push you. And if that person is dedicated enough to come back, then that actually tells us, okay, this person might be a good police officer. They have a lot of drive and they want to be strong. And we will definitely want them.
Is there an age minimum and an age maximum to apply to be a police officer?
18 years old. And the maximum has changed a little bit. It used to be 40, but I think it's went up now to about 42, I believe. And that deals with the retirement system and things like that.
And that's for a first-time officer, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That is correct.
Okay.
Now, we will hire certified officers. We love to hire certified officers because we don't have to send them off to the academy. They're road ready almost immediately. They still have to go through the training program that we have. But, yes, we also have a certified hiring bonus for guys who have already been through that training, and it's $15,000.
Okay, and that's for certified officers. That's a signing bonus for certified officers.
Yes, if you're certified in the state of West Virginia or a state that is recognized by West Virginia, then we can give you that sign-on bonus and get you road ready pretty quick.
Talking to Scott Dempsey, again, Chief of Police here in the city of Charleston. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you in part by the all-new Generations Ford of Hurricane. Visit generationsford.com. So how long have you been an officer, Chief?
25 years.
25 years. What have you seen change in those 25 years?
Oh, my gosh.
Where do we start?
Where do you start? You know, policing in general is about the same. It's all in how you talk to people. It's all in how you treat people. I've always remembered this, that people remember how you treat them. It's not what you did. It's not how you did it. It's just the way you treated them, the way you showed compassion to them during a difficult time, or even arresting them. I've had many people that I've arrested over the years that still come to me today. Hey, man, how you doing? You remember me, and you treated me good. So
in some cases, it may be the best thing that ever happened to them.
That is correct. I've had guys tell me that too. So, yeah, that's nothing really has changed at the basic law enforcement. But now technology, my goodness, technology has went leaps and bounds since I've been here, and it's hard for an old guy like me to keep up with. Self-admittedly,
I feel you.
Yeah.
So what does I know we're on radio right now, but the squad cars, I mean, what do they actually look like now? Because this is not what you see in Mayberry. You know, it's like basically a mini computer lab.
Yes. Yeah, there is technology all over that police car. We have computers that the officers can get instant calls from Metro Communications. They can run license plates, or driver's license, and we've got the camera systems, and we've got just a lot of technology that in my day it wasn't around when I first was hired. So, but that helps us. Those are great tools for law enforcement officers because you can get instant access, and that's what's important. Now, a lot of young folks coming up now, they were raised on cell phones and technology, so giving them instant access for obviously legitimate law enforcement purposes, then that just helps them solve crime and helps them prevent crime, and that's what we want.
And you got a new recruitment video, I understand, coming out, right?
Absolutely. We are very excited about this. I know when I took over in 2023, my deputy chief and I, Deputy Chief Webb, that was a goal of ours immediately. We wanted to get this recruiting video to attract young men and women. They're visual now, right? They see the phones. They doom scroll all the time. And so to get a video out for them to kind of showcase our talents, what we do with the community, and what we can offer them is vitally important. So we're very excited to get this video.
You're going to unveil that today?
We are going to unveil it today after the swearing in.
At the swearing in ceremony?
And it'll be on social media later on. Okay. We'll post it on social media for everybody to see. Obviously, we're using it as a recruiting tool. And, the folks that I assigned to that task did a great job. It was Captain Webb and Sergeant Bells. They did a terrific job getting this together. I'm very proud of the video and the content, and I think people will enjoy it.
How well, what's your relationship with the Charleston Police Department like with the other departments in the area? I know everybody's got to work together, but sometimes there can be a little bit of a rivalry because you're all competing, for the candidates. As you said, you're about to swear in the largest class you've had since 2005, but I know the other departments are, because they may be low on manpower too. They're looking at you guys, or they're looking at each other saying, hey, we might want you to come to this city, or may want you to come to this department, or whatever. What's your relationship like with the others?
Well, you're correct in your assumption. That's exactly what we do. Now, fortunately, I'm really good friends with not only just most police officers, but the chiefs and the sheriffs are in our area. And of course, we joke with each other a lot. We kind of razz each other when it comes to things like this. But, I've been asked by several different chiefs, not only in this area, but throughout the state, what is your secret? What are you doing? And of course, I'm not going to tell them my secrets, right?
It's magic.
But in all seriousness, it's just treating people like you'd want to be treated, showing them what you're capable of, showing them what you can offer them, and just being nice to them. Say, hey, come see us. Come talk to us. See what we can offer you.
Talk about the couple of weeks ago because you had regatta going on down the street with the America 250 celebration at the Capitol, and I know the state police were involved in that, sheriff's department. I mean, this was a cooperative effort of everybody, and as far as I know, everything went off without a hitch. Everything went as good as what we could have hoped for. Yes, we had, I believe, just one arrest at regatta. And that was handled very accordingly without incident. Was it one of our people? Tell me it wasn't one of ours. It was Steve Animal. Yeah, I figured.
It was. I have to admit it. I didn't want to say it on the air, but sorry, Steve.
Yeah, it wasn't Steve.
No, joking, of course.
Yeah.
But just one incident. Most honestly was just heat related things that we help a lot with, and but yeah, we've got a great relationship with the state police and the Capitol PD for those situations. You have to have that amount of people.
That was a big ask. I mean, with all those people that were in Charleston, especially the night you had Alabama playing, you had Bobby Brown playing. I mean, it was and plus it was 188 degrees outside. It's something like that.
Hot.
So that was a really big ask of all of the agencies involved.
Right, and it went. I couldn't have asked for a better situation than what didn't happen. But it's
right.
You a lot of times we kind of joke that you don't pay us for what we're doing, you pay us for what we could be doing. And thank goodness we some of our officers were bored. Quite honestly, they walked around it. My goal was every time you take about 20 steps, 30, 40 yards, you're going to see a police officer. That was my goal.
Sometimes you saw them that weren't necessarily in uniform too, right?
That's correct.
Yeah. Got to have a
so
few of those as well.
Yeah, we have a variety of operations to help keep everybody safe, and I think we do a pretty good job.
Before we let you go, what's your final recruiting? Because I know you said that you're allotted for 173, and you're about to swear in at 10 o'clock. I'm going to get you out of here, but I know you're swearing in another 12 officers at 10 o'clock this morning. To anybody that's listening right now that's thinking, well, I might like to do this, or my son or daughter, granddaughter might like to consider law enforcement. What's your selling tool for the Charleston Police Department?
We are the largest municipal department in the state, and we can offer them so many experiences. If you want to do this job, why not do it with the biggest thing that you can do, right? The biggest gusto. So we can provide them that experience. Very good pay. The Mayor Goodwin and City Council are really good to us about stepping up our pay incentives, and we're building a new police station that's going to be the biggest police station in the state of West Virginia. And we offer great benefits, and again, just that experience of being a law enforcement officer. It's not about wearing a badge. It is. We have to follow, we have to keep law and order, but it's about responsibility. And if you have that responsibility, you're looking for a career where you can just plain old help people with any imaginable situation, come see me. I'll be glad to talk to you.
All right. Well, congratulations on the largest recruiting class that you've had since 2005. You better get down the street and start swearing at some people. Get
Absolutely.
them in there. Right?
Absolutely.
Chief Scott Dempsey from the Charleston Police Department. Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you in part by Pinnacle Consultants. When environmental questions come up in a building, Pinnacle provides clear answers. They specialize in asbestos, lead, mold, and indoor air quality issues. Accredited lab testing based right here in the state. Learn more at pinnaclecorp.net, helping you understand your environment, because what you don't know can't hurt you. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we are going to speak to Metro News meteorologist Bryan Hughes. Stay with us on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Are you a physical therapy assistant and looking for an opportunity in orthopedics, wellness, and athletic care? If so, Generations Physical Therapy is offering flexible work hours and an upbeat atmosphere. With 7 convenient locations, Generations may have a job designed for you. Visit generationspt.com.
July 1st is a busy time for the Putnam County Assessor's Office. Personal property assessment forms will be arriving in your mailbox and must be returned to the Assessor's Office by October 1st. Business owners are required to file a business return between July 1st and September 1st. Farm use discount applications also accepted July 1st through September 1st. Homestead exemption applications are accepted July 1st through December 1st. For more information or to use their online filing service, visit PutnamCOAssessor.com. That's PutnamCOAssessor.com.
What if the market drops after you retire? What if healthcare costs continue to rise? What if you outlive your savings? If these questions keep you up at night, you're not alone, and you don't have to figure it out alone. I'm John Burdett with 4th Avenue Financial, and I specialize in retirement income planning. Let's turn your what-ifs into a plan you can count on. Schedule your free consultation today at 4thavenuefinancial.com. 4th Avenue Financial, retirement done right.
Securities offered through Jenny McCole Financial Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through Jenny McCole Advisors Incorporated.
They say roads are made for journeys, not destinations. And now that I'm retired, I make a point to journey as much as I can. But when night driving became a challenge, my son and I decided it was time for a doctor's visit to ensure my safety behind the wheel. I was worried, but instead of restrictions, we discussed solutions to make sure I can continue on my journeys.
Aging can alter how we drive. Take charge of your safety and independence by evaluating your driving skills regularly. Learn more at StaySafeWV.com. This message is brought to you by the West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program.
You may think speeding a little isn't really speeding, but even a few miles over the limit has consequences. First, there's the fine. Your first offense could cost you $100 plus court costs, and you'll pay a lot more if it's your second or third offense. Eventually, you can lose your license or even go to jail. And those are minor consequences. Speeding causes 10,000 deaths each year. So next time you think a few miles over isn't a big deal, think again. This message is brought to you by the West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program.
Hey.
Welcome back to the show, the official band of the Dave Allen Show. It's Amos Steele. You got something going on. You got a class reunion. You got a gathering, festival, whatever. Look those guys on Facebook up. They are pretty good. WVRC Media continues helping out our friends and neighbors in North Central West Virginia. Another drive today collecting non-perishable food items, cleaning supplies, baby items, blankets, N95 masks, boots, shovels, hygiene products. Now, today we are in Clarksburg at our group of stations up there in Mount Clair from 10 till 4. And you can go to our website, WVMetroNews.com, or any of the radio station websites, and you'll see the link there that you can make your donations. Thank you so much to the American Red Cross, Titan Roofing, Huntington Bank, of course, matching whatever we take in up to $25,000. So during the 2 o'clock hour, Metro News Midday today, we'll check in with Jack Murphy, who is up there at 91 Radio Park in Clarksburg, Texas. My mother, my niece, and I were at the Alabama concert, and my mother started getting very lightheaded and shaking. I thought it was the heat. Turns out she hadn't eaten all day, so her blood sugar had dropped. The police came over to make sure she was all right, and they brought over a golf cart to take us to my car so she wouldn't have to walk all that way to them. Again, I say thank you. I will make sure that they get the message. Metro News meteorologist Bryan Hughes is here. How you doing, man?
Well, let's see here. This morning I was woken up quite nicely by some of the flash flood warnings, which we knew were coming. For parts of the region. Of course, those were in Cabell and out across portions of, Cabell, Lawrence County into Ohio, Meigs, Jackson, things of that nature. But, the tornado warnings were a surprise this morning. Now, the signatures went off at the National Weather Service, said this could be a tornado here. I would have personally not issued the tornado warning, but that's just me. Mm-hmm. But it was a very close call. We do know there was wind damage. It was happening.
And where
there.
was this primarily?
This was primarily the majority of it was actually over in the Martin County side of things,
in Kentucky.
Yeah, southern Lawrence into sections of Martin County, and then they continued a tornado warning from Martin all the way down to Pike, and then you had Wayne. Portions of Logan, Lincoln, Mingo counties. I mean, so that was the awakening we had this morning.
And I'll tell you one thing: there was
that lightning.
There was some lightning. I left the house a little bit early this morning because normally I leave around like 6:30 or so in the morning. But I thought, well, with this storm coming, I'm going to just go ahead and hit because I don't want to be on I-64. I just don't want to be on I-64, to be honest with you. But I want to be on I-64 when it's coming a big storm. So I thought I'll just go ahead and leave the house early. And there was no rain, but man, about 6:10 or so this morning, and it was pitch black dark. The entire sky was lit up. I mean, with the lightning.
I mean, it was incredible. Tons. And even, I'll tell you this, back across parts of Ohio, the clouded ground lightning flashes were so much more than what they even were in West Virginia. So we had that going for us. Those storms are still moving south. The bulk of them are. But then we've also got more that's going to develop this afternoon. Now, we do have some showers and storms that are across. We've got some of them in Lincoln County, back into Boone County, and then some in eastern Kanawha County, very light sprinkles in northern Kanawha County. But as we go into this afternoon, I think somewhere between noon and probably 2-3 o'clock, that's when we're going to see some more thunderstorms fire back up for the afternoon. They'll move off to the southeast, so they'll kick out of here. Mm-hmm. But they may even last even into 4 or 5 o'clock in some areas, closer to the Charleston area. So we'll have to keep our eyes on that. But those are not going to be anything significant. In other words, we're not looking at what we had, all that heavy rain that we had this morning. But we still have to be mindful of what rain fell this morning where it fell. In fact, Eastern Kanawha County, that could be an easy spot to trigger a new flash flood warning later on today if we get a storm that dumps pretty good and moves across that area.
Talking again with Metro News meteorologist Bryan Hughes. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you in part by Husson's Pizza. This month, buy any regularly priced large 18-inch pizza and get a 2-liter bottle of any Pepsi product for free. Find your nearest Husson's Pizza for delivery, pickup, or dine-in at HussonsPizza.com. So over the next couple of hours, you're saying that we could, I mean, again, when you see these thunderstorms that just roll in and they just kind of park over one area, we've got to at least keep that in the back of our mind that it could happen here in Kanawha County.
Right. That's what we have to look at specifically in Eastern Kanawha County. That's where we saw some of the heaviest rainfall this morning. Matter of fact, we saw about 1.5 inches across parts of Eastern Kanawha County. We were up to the 2-inch territory, 1.5 to 2. That's when I was expecting a flash flood warning, but the National Weather Service did not issue it, and rightfully so, because it was just below the threshold. Because we have thresholds that are on a sliding scale depending on how wet the ground is, things of that nature, soil moisture content, all sorts of things. But generally, we look at 3-hour flash flood guidance, and we go, okay, we can handle 2.5 inches worth of rain within this 3-hour time period. If it's more than that, well, we probably have to issue a flash flood warning.
But now, after this, though, once we get through today, we got some pretty nice weather days coming up. Lower humidity. It's going to be real comfortable, real nice. What you tell me, Wednesday, pretty much through Friday.
Right. Listen, once a front moves through this afternoon, that wind's going to switch from the southwest to the northwest. It's going to feel nice. You're going to see feel the dry humidity moving in. And then as we head into tomorrow, yeah, we're going to have some fog in the morning because of all the rain we've had today and into late this afternoon, this evening. But we're going to get rid of that for the afternoon. It's going to be nice. We'll probably have partly cloudy skies tomorrow, mostly sunny as we go into Thursday. Friday, mostly sunny. Friday's going to be great for the final Live on the Levee.
Final one of the season, yeah.
Yeah, so that's. I'm disappointed, but also excited because, you know, what that means is, guess what? School starts like that.
Yeah, here in a couple of weeks.
Gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Why can't we wait till Labor Day?
Well, we were talking about that upstairs in the office earlier about when school starts because, you know, I mean, in our, I'm older than you, but I will say that when I went to school, it was always a day after Labor Day, right? Traditionally.
Same
it was
thing.
Always a day. And then I think like toward maybe my junior, senior year, they starting it a little bit earlier, like maybe the week before. I remember one year we went like on a Thursday. Or Friday to get schedules and whatnot, and then we were off on Labor Day. But traditionally, it used to be.
It was
Labor
Monday,
Day.
The Tuesday following Labor Day.
Them was the old days.
Oh man, I miss that.
Hey, I want to ask you because you were up there yesterday. You went north yesterday to take up some of our flood supplies or donations that we picked up on Friday here from the greatest listeners in the world, and you and a couple of others drove up there to distribute those. I know you hadn't been there in person. You've been monitoring it, of course, on the computers and doing great coverage for us. What was it like when you were up in those areas yesterday? Was it I mean, I know you saw it on the computer screen, but sometimes
you got to see it in person.
You got to see it in person.
Yeah.
So what was your takeaway?
Well, and that's what we always try and do. Any major historic type of flooding or storms that have ravaged areas, we try and get into that area so that we can have a better understanding of what people are experiencing, everything else. I mean, when I was walking through parts of downtown, and this was on
Buchanan?
We were in Weston.
Weston.
Yeah, we went to Weston. The furthest east that we went was to the Walmart at Weston, because Weston is actually worse than Buchanan.
Yeah, it is. It is
by a long shot. But for me, it was everything that I've always known about flash flood and historic flash flooding is there's lots of mud. It is contaminated. You don't want to breathe it in. And at the same time, too, people are just trying to clean up. But Logan Scott, who went with me, who is at V100, he's the music director for our radio stations here, our music stations. He had never been through a flood, and he had never seen anything like it. And, to see his face, that's what people experience to some degree.
Right.
Obviously, in much higher level. That's what some people were experiencing there just constantly, just the shock and awe of it all. But, the one thing that they have were two grocery stores. It was the Shop and Save, and then it was Walmart. And they're both shut down right now.
Right.
Walmart, I think, will probably be open either if it's not this weekend, it'll be next week. Probably this weekend.
And that's really good news because, I mean, from what we were hearing in the first 24 to 48 hours is that Walmart may not open up again.
Yeah, they have cleaning crews in there cleaning all of it. I mean, like crazy. When I say cleaning crews, we're talking about different companies doing specialized things for this, that, and the other. And they're just gutting the store. Looked at the parking lot. It was full of just junk from the store.
Yeah.
And so the entire Walmart was sitting out there in the parking lot, right. But they were shipping it out. New stuff was coming in. So, they're getting that ready. But they also had, I think Weston has a total of 16 restaurants. And all but I think 4 of them are damaged, if not destroyed.
Wow.
Think about that.
Yeah.
That's it. So there's a significant economic impact that's going to happen on the city, the community. What we can do to help more than anything is take care of these folks who, just lost it all.
Well, they certainly did take care of this area in 2016. I mean, a lot of them came down there in Clendenin and Elkview and on down into Greenbrier County, Raynell, some of these places that were hard hit. So it's it's all West Virginia, man.
Yeah, we were at the hot dog place in downtown, right across from the senior center, and it's called The Original. We went in there, and it just so happens a husband and wife who own it. Her birthday was the flooding.
Wow.
1 week ago today was her birthday. And her father, who started the business 40 years ago, I mean, they've expanded it, started 40 years ago. He died back in March. And he'd talk about the breakdown moment for her and her husband because they also had their house flooded out. So they lost the entire business completely. I mean, gutted all the way up to the ceiling.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Yeah. If you still want to help out, again, you can go to wvmetronews.com or go to any of our station's websites here in the building. We've got a link on every one of them that you can donate. As I said, the folks up in our Clarksburg cluster, Jack Murphy and the boys and the folks are out there today at our stations there, and we'll check in with Jack during the 2 o'clock hour at Metro News Midday today to see how it's going. They're going 10 till 4 today, so you can drop off items there. Is there anything, I mean, we've been telling the folks about the things that we need to drop off to these collections. Of course, cash is always still the best. Cash or however internet-based you want to talk about it. What did you see up there yesterday, Brian, that you thought as you were driving around in the station vehicle and you thought, okay, this area really needs this right now?
It needs food trucks. Food trucks to go in and help take care of them. Because they have the Operation Barbecue, which, by the way, that started in Joplin, the Joplin tornado. They went up there. They thought they'd serve probably about 4,000 or 5,000 meals. They served 11,000, and then since 2011, they've served a total of 13 million meals.
Wow!
And it's just these barbecue people from the Kansas City Barbecue Association, KCBS. I'm sorry, Society.
Yeah,
KCBS. Yeah. So really, if there was a way to get food trucks in there, it could be taken care of. Yeah. The bills could be paid. That's what they need.
Okay. All right. Well, look, we got several of them in the Kanawha Valley.
Right.
I mean,
we got a lot of them.
We got a lot of them. So if you're listening, don't make us call you out by name, but there are several food trucks, several people that listen to this program that I know you have food trucks. And if you can get up there, I know they would appreciate it.
That was the one thing I saw was that there's just not enough food being prepped because, like I said, if they're in Weston, 4 restaurants are left. And it's that's right across from the Sheets. So you have the Sheets. Technically a restaurant, but you've got the Taco Bell, the McDonald's, and whatever. I think there's a Starbucks and I think a KFC in there.
Okay,
so that's all they've got. They've got to go up the road, Changlu. They got to go back down south, and all that stuff's destroyed too. So when we were going up there, we saw tons of mudslides. Tons of them on the interstate.
That's what happened. Oh, on the interstate.
On the interstate,
That's what happens at this point. All right. So if that hot dog place that you mentioned, do you think they'll be able to open back up again?
They're going to totally gut the whole place.
Yeah.
And they had one cooler that was still working. They don't know how.
Yeah.
But it was working. So it was kind of keeping things chilled in there. So
when they do reopen and you go back up there again, are you going to continue your tradition of ordering mayo on your hot dog?
I absolutely will.
God, you're a god. What is wrong with you?
But that's the thing. I want a hot dog from there. Yeah. I want a hot dog. So that, same thing when I went to Hurricane Michael, Category 5 hurricane. I said, I'll be back. I want to see what it looks like, when it's put back together.
Yeah.
So that's why.
All right. Give me 30 seconds again on what we can expect for the rest of the day weather-wise.
Rest of the afternoon, we're looking at some showers and thunderstorms bubbling up probably around noon is when we'll see more of them. We do have some showers that are out there across parts of Lincoln and Boone counties right now. Just a few sprinkles in Kanawha County. The heaviest of the storms are down in far southern West Virginia, but we get to noon to 3 o'clock. That's when the storms will bubble up again one more time. They'll slide off to the southeast tomorrow, high and dry all the way through Friday.
And we get some great weather after that. As you mentioned, the final Live on the Levee will be Friday.
Yeah, I can't wait.
All right.
Because listen, it's the Taylor Swift stuff.
It's a Taylor Swift tribute. Right?
Yeah.
All right. Bryan Hughes, Metro News meteorologist. Appreciate you being here, man. Thanks
Absolutely.
a lot. All right. 18 minutes away from 10. We will take a break, and we'll come back after this on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses bring first-class businesses to your community.
According to Feeding America, over 7 million seniors nationwide were food insecure in 2022. West Virginia is no different. Hi, I'm Jason, President and CEO of Union Mission Ministries. For 113 years, Union Mission has focused on helping people in need. Right now, our senior citizens need our help. That is why Union Mission is partnering with local senior living facilities to get food delivered directly to those in need. Will you help us reach more seniors? Visit unionmission.com to learn more.
Having issues with your home like wet basements, water in your crawl space, bowing or leaning walls, or foundation cracks? You need Foster Construction, your foundation repair experts. Locally owned and operated, Foster Construction offers free inspections and estimates and has a licensed professional engineer on staff. Their services include basement and crawl space waterproofing, foundation repair, and retaining walls. Call 304-776-6263 and get started today. Online at fosterconstructionwv.com. Foster Construction. They'll fix it right the first time.
This is Brandon Grigsby with Prey Construction. We are excited to continue our tradition of building excellence by providing trusted service to clients like University of Charleston. Just listen to what UC President Dr. Marty Roth has to say.
The University of Charleston is Charleston's university. UC and Prey Construction have partnered for over 20 years to design and build learning, collaboration, and athletic spaces whose form and function benefit students, faculty, and the Charleston community.
Just like UC, Prey strives to do more and do better right here in Charleston. To learn more about Prey Construction, visit preyconstruction.com.
WV000650.
Have you ever dreamed of a project that seemed impossible? Wondered who could bring it to life with precision and care? At Jared Construction, they don't just build, they craft futures. From historic restorations to cutting-edge designs, they have been your trusted partner since 1999. Whether it's an auto dealership, apartment complex, sports complex, or church addition, Jared Construction has you covered. See more at jarrett-construction.com. WV030133.
Right on time, right on budget. Call on Jared Construction.
60 minutes away from 10, Logan Regional Medical Center celebrating their 100th anniversary with a free concert, party, and get-together. Saturday, August the 8th, Logan Football Stadium. Gates open at 3. Come out and enjoy the music of Ricky Skaggs, Kentucky Thunder, America's Got Talent winner Landau Eugene Murphy Jr., the Davison Brothers Band, Del Nora, Motown Legends, the Voices of Classic Soul, featuring members of the Temptations, the Four Tops, the Drifters, the Mountain Stage Band, and more. And it's totally free. Totally free, folks, and there's going to be food, fireworks afterwards. I'll be serving as the MC along with Big Brother Burke Allen, so looking forward to seeing you there. If you need more information, check out the Logan Regional Medical Center Facebook page. Rest of the show is yours. Guarantee Bank Hotline 304-345-5858. Tony V. Taylor text 304-935-5008. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you in part by the Charleston Dirty Birds. Long road trip for the Birds all this week. They're at High Point taking on the Rockers. And after that, they take on the Legends of Lexington. They aren't back at Go-Mart Ballpark until August the 7th. Check out dirtybirdsbaseball.com. Text says, I'm hoping these food trucks and the communities donate the food because these people should not have to worry about paying for the food while they're trying to rebuild their lives. So please think about donating food to these trucks. Amen. Couldn't agree more. Text says, so Pritt finally resigned. I wonder if the GOP will kick him out of the party. I don't know. If they started that, there wouldn't be a GOP after a very long time. Well, they can't necessarily kick someone out of the party. Now, if you were listening to the show yesterday, we had Tony Hodge, who is a pretty high-ranking official in the state Republican Party, and Tony said they have their meeting. The state party has their meeting this Saturday in Charleston, and that he got enough signatures to basically disavow delegate, former delegate Elliot Pritt. So technically, you can't kick someone out of a party. But they can basically say, we don't recognize you. And that's what's going to happen at the meeting this week. Coming up later today, Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law, 13 News and Tonight Live anchor Amanda Barron and me, Jeff Jenkins, will get us caught up on the news. Dave Wilson is here with commentary. Charleston City Councilman and a part of Energy Efficient West Virginia, Emmett Pepper, will stop by the show today. We're going to bring in a couple of our WVRC media members from other areas of the state. Joe Danger is one in Elkins. Now, he was a big part of a song that has gone viral, paying tribute to West Virginia. We're going to tell you that story. Also, another flood relief effort, as I mentioned earlier, going on today in Clarksburg at our stations there, 91 Radio Park Drive in Mount Clair. Jack Murphy from our stations up there will join us to talk about that. Also going to tell you the story of a barber in Morgantown is doing some really cool stuff to help out flood victims in Weston. All that, and of course, Open Line West Virginia. And also, I do want to mention that Mike Nolting from the news department is actually in the Buchanan Weston areas today, so we're going to check in with him and Open Line West Virginia, too. Metro News Midday, 13 News and Tonight Live anchor Amanda Barron and me, coming up at noon today, powered by Salango Law. I want to give a big shout-out to my man Woody Woods, who's put together one heck of a great show this Saturday at the Shawnee Sports Complex, calling it Woody Fest 26. Gates open at 3, and some major acts are playing. I'm talking about internationally known folks. I got all the details posted at Dave Allen Radio on Facebook, and also you can check out the 107.3 The Beats Facebook page. More on that as Woody will join us on the show tomorrow. A couple of quick things in the news. Do want to remind you that there are meetings being held the next 2 days about the proposed Valley North Transmission Line project, which is going to stretch 260 miles from Putnam County to Frederick County, Maryland. Now, lots of people, lots of questions and concerns. You can get answers to those questions over the next couple of days. 2 meetings scheduled for today, 2 different areas, but going on at the same time. Today's meeting at Sissonville Middle School from 4 until 7:30, and the other one today at the Spencer Armory, which is in Spencer, same time, 4 to 7:30. Meeting set for the same time, 4 to 7:30. Tomorrow's meetings at Poca High, and the other one tomorrow at the Green Center, which is in Kenna in Jackson County. So if you have questions, comments, or concerns, don't put them on Facebook. Just go to the meetings. Text says, saw the sad news. We'll be losing the Drop King at the end of this week. Please tell Rob we will miss him up real early. And even though he's going to South Carolina, he'll always be a Mountaineer. Yeah, Rob Reel, our sister station, 96.1 KWS, the king of the drops, so to speak, the guy that sets up our sock drop and snack drop, whatever. Rob has tendered his resignation here, and he is pursuing greener pastures in Columbia, South Carolina. His last day on the air will be Friday. And we are going to try to drag him in here on Friday. Now, I will say there's going to be I'll just go ahead and invite everybody. I don't care. That there's going to be a little going away party around lunchtime, at the pitch at Shawnee Sports Complex. So if you're out and about, just stop in and say hi to Rob and, make him buy you a beer or some chicken wings or something. That's at the pitch coming up on Thursday. I will definitely be, sad to see, Rob go. Quality. I will never say this to his face, but quality individual. Did not know him at all until he came to work here a couple of years ago. We hang out together a lot out of the station. This little group, we call ourselves the Four Horsemen, of course, me and Shockley and Animal and Rob. And yeah, Mr. Reel, you definitely will be missed. Get ready to talk Mountaineer football and go inside the huddle with Tony Caridi August the 6th at the Willow Event Center, 1706 Greenbrier Street in Charleston near Capitol High. Doors are going to open at 5:30. Hotline with Weekly and Coop will be live there. There'll be tailgate food, silent and live auctions, and a chance to appear on our upcoming broadcast with Tony and more. Ticket packages available for individuals, groups, and corporate sponsors, and every dollar raised benefits the United Way of Central West Virginia. Tickets and information available at unitedwaycwv.org. Brought to you by United Bank in conjunction with WCHS Radio and the Charleston Gazette-Mail. Going to take a break. Got a couple things I want to get to in the news when we come back on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
The Dave Allen Show is presented in part by Generations Ford in Huracan, part of the Eric J. Tarr family of business.
Hey, this is Bobby Spry, and last year we purchased a new HVAC system from Best Virginia Heating and Cooling. During the inspection of our old unit, their technician discovered a crack in the heat exchanger that was slowly leaking carbon monoxide into our home. From that moment on, we knew we chose the best technicians and the best service. Every technician is drug tested and background checked, giving our family peace of mind. When it comes to protecting your home and family, trust the best. Best Virginia Heating and Cooling.
Plant your money and watch it grow at Polka Valley. They are offering a certificate of deposit special. 6-month, 3.87 annual percentage yield. Take advantage of this great CD rate to grow your savings. For more information, stop by a Polka Valley location today or visit PolkaValleyBank.com. At Polka Valley, relationships matter. Member FDIC. Rates valid as of May 25th, 2026. Offer rates subject to change without notice. Minimum deposit required of $10,000 of new money not currently on deposit with Polka Valley Bank to receive APY. Member FDIC.
If you've been injured, you need a lawyer who knows West Virginia because they live in West Virginia. Tom and Harvey Payton were born and raised here. They've spent decades fighting for injury victims, and they know how to get results. At the Payton Law Firm, you get straight talk, strong representation, and local attorneys who care. Call 755-5556 today or visit PaytonLawFirm.com.
The attorneys referenced in this ad are lifelong residents and are licensed to practice law in the state of West Virginia.
They say the kitchen is the heart of the home, so this spring, give yours a heartbeat you'll actually love. We're so much more than floors. From stunning custom cabinetry to elegant granite and quartz countertops, our local design experts are ready to help you plan the ultimate kitchen transformation. Come visit the area's leading design center to bring your vision to life. Visit our showroom at 201 New Golf Mountain Road in Cross Lanes. Nitro Carpet and Design Center. Beautiful kitchens made easy.
8:08 from 10, the official house band of the Dave Allen Show, Amos Steele. Go on Facebook and book them for your upcoming event. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live brought to you in part by Morgan & Morgan. If you're injured, hire Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Texas More Capito needs to call out all sexual abuses of any kind, even Trump, says the texter. Touched on this previously. Alyssa Middleton, the person charged in the ambulance incident that killed John Lucas. So motions have been filed in that case that could move the trial out of Kanawha County. Alyssa Middleton, of course, indicted by a special grand jury of charges of voluntary manslaughter, leaving the scene of an ambulance, causing death, and aggravated vehicular homicide. Of course, John Lucas died in that incident. Now, the lawyers for Alyssa Middleton have asked for a change of venue, quote now, given the widespread hostility towards the accused, end quote. The attorney feels a fair and impartial jury could not be assembled in Kanawha County. Now, let me read from the actual court filing here. If there was this is from the actual brief filed with the attorney. If there was ever a criminal trial in the history of Kanawha County that necessitated a change of venue, this is it, end quote. And actually in the motion, WCHS Television, no relation, is mentioned by name because of their live stream that practically had everyone in Kanawha County watching it. Now, I'm not faulting them. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that's, they did the live streaming today. Of course, the heavy media coverage is part of it, but the order also mentions, again, quoting, the community's strong demand for accountability, end quote, as a reason to move the case out of Kanawha County. Of course, both Middleton and the other girl were fired from the ambulance service. The other girl wasn't charged. Their attorneys also asking for a delay in the trial, which is supposed to start on August the 17th. Now, it's going to be decided what's going to happen next in front of Judge Dave Hardy this morning at 10 a.m. We are in the courtroom and have more on air and online later. And look, I get what the attorneys are trying to do here. And if I were an attorney in this case, I probably would do the same thing. I am not sure that a fair trial can be held in Kanawha County. And I know how the majority of people feel in this case. I do. But like it or not, people in America are entitled to a fair trial. And the online stuff got so bad that the actual family of John Lucas and their attorneys came on the air with us on Metro News Midday and pretty much begged people to stop with all the stuff on Facebook saying you are, in fact, hurting the case. So if this case is moved out of Kanawha County, and I'm not a legal scholar, I'm not going to predict whether it's going to be moved out of the county or not. I don't know. A lot of that is going to be, I would think, not very smart, but I would think a lot of that is going to be because of a lot of the online stuff. And again, a couple of weeks after this, we had the attorney in the case on the show on Metro News Midday basically come forward and said, look, I know what it's all coming from a good place. We get it, but please stop because you're hurting the case. And I think there is a real possibility that this case will not be heard in Kanawha County, that it will go somewhere else because of the intense coverage. And look, it's not just the online stuff. It's the media coverage and so on and so forth. But as media, we have to cover it. We can't not cover it. So we'll see what happens. It goes before Judge Hardy at 10 a.m. this morning. Daniel Woods is in the courtroom, and he'll have a story online, WVMetroNews.com, and on air as well. So anyway, we will just have to kind of wait and see what happens. I invite you to join me every Friday morning, 9:06, for the Adopt Me Please Pet of the Week from the Kanawha Charleston Humane Association, brought to you by Almost Heaven Interiors, family-owned, proudly serving the community for over 50 years, specializing in custom blinds, shades, shutters, upholstery, and beautifully crafted sewn goods, homes to hospitals, classrooms to commercial spaces. They can do it all. Located at 516 D Street in South Charleston. All right, now to Elliot Pritt. Jack Carlson, lead story this morning, WVMetroNews.com. Delegate Pritt has resigned. One-sentence letter to House Speaker Roger Hanshaw yesterday. Pritt was in federal court in Charleston yesterday afternoon, and after being charged last week with seducing this 15-year-old who was a student, one of his students, Pritt was in front of the U.S. Magistrate Judge Dwayne Tinsley, wearing the orange jumpsuit. His hands and feet were cuffed. And Jack said that Pritt waived his detention hearing and a preliminary hearing. So that basically means Pritt will remain in custody as the case continues. And that statement from U.S. Attorney for the Southern District, Mark Capito, who did a press event after the hearing, he made a statement afterwards. Programming note, Mark Capito will be on Talk Line with Wilson and Meadows today. And now everybody's releasing statements about the Pritt case, including the governor. If you haven't heard this one yet, you better sit down. Governor Morrissey on X said, quote, "Good riddance to the terrible former West Virginia delegate Elliot Pritt. He just resigned. Pritt was not only accused of terrible crimes against a child, but he was a former socialist who was making his way up the GOP leadership pathway. The GOP must always stand for integrity, protecting our kids, and maintaining our principles. Happy for this result," end quote. I mean, I think we can all agree on the basic premise from the governor here. But did the governor really think that Pritt was a former socialist? Did he think that this time last month? Maybe he did. I don't know. It seems like strong wording. Very, very Trump-like. Newsflash, Democrats, you do not have the moral high ground when it comes to pedophilia and sex predators. You are all the ones bending over backward to keep ICE from deporting these people, so you need to shut your traps, says the texter. All right, we got to go. Metro News Midday coming up later today. Metro News coverage, all the news, WVMetroNews.com. Wilson Meadows coming up on Talk Line. See you tomorrow. Till then, have fun and love somebody.
WCHSAL, W243DRFM Charleston, and W283AQ Cross Lanes, a WVRC media station. We're proud to live here too.